Hi, Amanda. My name is Antoine Jackson. I'm going to be your counselor today. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Good, good. So first off, I'd like to ask if you found my office okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, I googled it.
Okay, good, good. Um, would you like anything to drink or
No,
anything
I'm
like that?
fine. Thank you.
Okay, good. Um, just so you know, there's bathrooms here, and if you need to get up at any point and excuse yourself, just let me know, and it's perfectly fine. Okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Yeah, no problem. First of all, I'd like to ask, have you ever seen a counselor before or a therapist or anything?
I did maybe a long time ago, but it was a one-time thing.
Okay. Okay. So it was a while ago. And during that time, I assume that you talked about confidentiality with your counselor or therapist.
Yeah, yeah,
I know you said it was a while ago,
yeah, yeah.
so okay. So just to kind of give you a refresher, just to kind of remind you about confidentiality, pretty much everything that we talk about is kept in strict confidence. Um, other than this recording that I'm doing here, it will be shared with my professor. But again, moving forward, everything will be kept in confidence. But there are some limitations to confidentiality, so I just kind of want to refresh your memory about that. Maybe that was something you talked about before. So if you were to let me know that you're going to harm yourself or harm someone else, or if you told me about some abuse to a minor, a child, or a vulnerable adult, as a mandated reporter, that's something that I would have to let my supervisor or the county know about.
Okay.
Okay. So you understand these limitations of confidentiality?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. And you're okay with moving forward?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'd like to know more about you and get to know you, if that's okay. Whatever, anything that you're comfortable talking to me about. Um, so there's a few questions I'd like to ask, if that's okay.
Okay.
Again, just kind of let me know if I stumble across something that you're uncomfortable
Okay.
telling me about. Okay. So again, it's just some personal demographic kind of information. So what cultural background do you identify yourself
Um,
with?
White.
Okay. And what is your marital status?
Um, Separated.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any kids?
Nope.
Okay, no kids. How would you describe your current physical health?
Um, okay, I guess I have um back pain from time to time, but other than that, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Um, back pain from time to time?
Yeah, just if I sleep wrong or
Okay.
something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, you don't get a good night's rest. It can definitely hurt your body when you wake up in the morning. So, do you have many friends or like a good social support network? And what I mean by that is like not just face to face friends, but like even like online support. People that you communicate with.
I don't know. I guess I have a few friends from when I went to school, but and I've got my family that's I'm fairly close to.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Um, what do you currently do for a living?
Um, I I um, yeah, well, it's hard to explain, but I guess IT.
IT. Okay. All right. I've done some IT work myself in the past, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. So you're really good with computers.
Uh, mm, I don't know. Maybe it's just. I guess right now it's just kind of a job.
Okay.
So.
Got you. All right. So as we begin to work together, and I continue to ask questions about you and get to know you, I kind of like to leave the door open for you to ask me any questions as far as things that you might want to know about me. So, right now, are there any questions that you would like to ask me?
Yeah, I guess one of the first things I always ask about is like how many years have you been practicing?
It's a really good question. This is my first year practicing, so just professionally, I've been kind of doing a lot of counseling with family and friends and just people in the community from a non-professional position, so to speak. But yeah, from a professional level, this is my first year. But I've finished my graduate degree and really confident as a counselor moving forward.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nah, I don't think so. I'll let you know if I have anything later.
All right, that's good. Doors are always open, so let me know if you have any questions.
Okay.
All right. So tell me, what kind of concerns that you have, like right now, that you would feel would bring you to talk with a counselor.
Um, what kind of concerns I have? Hmm. I guess I just tend to get stressed in life.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. Sometimes I get feelings of depression or, I have full motivation, that kind of thing.
Okay. Um, is it pretty consistent or?
Yeah, it isn't. It's like, oh, I don't know, a couple times a month, maybe if that.
Okay. Okay. Would you consider it situational?
Mm, I don't know, maybe. Um, um, I suppose it could be. Just having kind of a hard time on my marriage, and as I said before, we're separated, so it kind of is adding more stress and um, yeah, trying to do things myself, I guess.
Okay. Sounds like some realistic concerns, that's going on that you're um, and I can appreciate the fact that you would, be willing to share them with me and talk to me about them. Um, you know, again, whatever you're comfortable talking with, and just let me know if I touch on something that's, you know, uncomfortable for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, and that'll kind of lead me into my therapeutic approach as we continue to work together. I see us or I see the people that I work with as an opportunity to build like an alliance with. So I kind of see us as teammates, so to speak, because we're working toward a common goal, which is working towards resolving or, just kind of building up some strategies that will help address and hopefully, uh, reduce the amount of stress that you're having in your life. So I kind of look at it from an example of you being the coach, and I'm just kind of the assistant coach.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of here to assist you, um, you know,
Okay.
because this is your team. Okay.
Okay.
So um, I know that we talked before, and you said that you have seen a counselor before. It's been a long time. How would you rate your, um, personal feelings about coming to see a counselor?
I guess I'm okay with it. It's, not
Okay.
a, feel like, I think it's just for me. I need to have a little bit of hard time trusting people I don't know. So,
Okay. That's
otherwise, I don't know. I went to a counselor maybe this one time, but um, I had some panic attacks. So,
okay. Now, if you had to rate it on a scale, 1 to 10, one being like the worst, 10 being the best, again, we're just talking about your personal feelings of coming to talk with the counselor.
I don't know. Maybe an 8.
Okay. All right. So you're pretty comfortable with coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess I expected when I went to the counselor before that I would be, um, there would be repeated visits or something like that, but
Okay.
she said there was no reason to. She taught me some deep breathing techniques and
And that was it.
said
Okay.
that it was up to me whether or not I felt like I needed to come back.
Okay. All right. All right. So in the past, I mean, it sounds like been, uh, you've learned a few different strategies for working through um, some stressful times. So, but have you used like family or friends as like support when you're kind of going through these trying times?
I don't know, I tend to get in fights with my family sometimes, and they just don't really understand
Okay.
when I get stressed or something. I don't know, I guess, before I used to rely on my husband, but he's not really available now because I don't know, he's with somebody else, so I just feel like I lost that support.
Okay. Okay. What about friends?
Um, yeah, I guess these days I just feel too preoccupied to really talk to them about what's going on.
Okay. All right. And you know, sometimes friends and family can be, really good, opportunities to have support in our life. And sometimes, you know, they can, I don't want to say have a negative impact, but, they can kind of want to see you do things that they want you to do versus what you kind of, the direction you see your life going. So it's really good to kind of have that outside sounding board or support, and that's where a counselor or therapist would come in, and you know somebody you can talk to that's outside of the circle.
Okay.
Okay, and that's kind of what I like to build up between us.
Okay.
Okay. So do you, speaking of family, do you feel comfortable telling me about, you know, things about your family life? Like,
Geez.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Like I guess I grew up in a middle class family. Um, Dad not really around a whole lot. Um, my mom was awfully stressed and busy taking care of the whole house. So um, I don't know. They didn't have a great relationship. And then he died about 10 years ago or something like that. So,
Sorry. And so do you have siblings?
um, yeah, I have an older brother.
And like, what would you say your relationship's like with him?
Um, I don't know. I guess it's pretty good. Um, he's a little annoyed at me for leaving my husband, because my husband supposedly just was at like a bachelor party and made like one mistake, and then I should be accepting him back. So I don't know. We haven't really spoken since then because they were like best friends. So
Okay, so that's kind of put a strain on your relationship with your brother.
yeah, I think so. I think before that we were pretty close.
Okay. Um, and I mean, you kind of mentioned what it was like growing up in your household. Um, would you say that your relationship with your brothers kind of changed as you got older? Or I know outside of the
I
situation with your husband.
think when we were like growing up, um, he kind of picked on me a lot, and
Okay.
I suppose that that's pretty normal. I mean, we were a few years apart, and um, he liked to ignore me and stuff like that. Um, but I think as we got older, I think when I started dating his best friend, I think then we got closer. You know, he was hanging out all the time, watching football on our TV, and you know things like that. So
Okay. Huh. I can, I don't know. I was the oldest. You know, I had two younger siblings, so I guess I can say I've been kind of guilty of, picking on. I don't know. I hate to say use the word picking, but yeah, I know what you mean. As far as older siblings can kind of um, pick on their younger siblings. So um, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that information. Um, so how much impact do you feel like your culture plays on your like early development and your current development?
I guess I don't really understand culture,
Okay.
so I wouldn't know.
Okay. So you don't feel like there's
Nah, I don't think so.
okay. Um. So I like to look at a balance of like life, family, or I'm sorry, work, family, and relationship. So how would you rate your ability to kind of balance your work, family, and relationships? Like kind of on a scale of 1 to 10, one being like the worst ability to kind of balance, and 10 kind of being the best.
Probably, no, I don't want to say this. Probably a 9. I kind of have a tendency to be a workaholic. And supposedly that's, my husband felt like I was never at home. I don't know.
Okay, so you feel like a 9 is so you feel like you have a really good balance
Oh, no,
of
no, I mean the other direction.
okay, okay.
So like a really
So
bad,
so
maybe a
one
2.
being okay, so
Yeah.
a 2. Okay, got you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay, so one, so again, one being the worst, 10 being the best. So you would say it would be a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So why do you think you see it like from? I mean, I know you said that you're a workaholic, but I mean, is that the only reason why you see it that way?
I don't know. I feel like if I work, I don't have to really pay much attention to my life and relationships.
Okay,
So, I don't know. I like what I mean, I do, I said before, it was kind of a job, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I like what I do. I like making the overtime because I get overtime. I like people to be able to rely on me.
okay,
I like to be the best at what I do. So
okay. So that's your work, but then what about you know family and other relationships?
I guess I don't, I just don't spend too much time
Okay,
with it. I don't really have much of a life after I get off work. So sometimes I get home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Something I might go out for like a late night nap with a couple of my coworkers, and then
okay,
go home, sleep for a couple hours, and then I'm back at work.
okay. So there is some social hour in there with some
Yeah, it's just
friends and
I don't consider them a support network.
okay,
It's more
okay,
just I don't know. I get a little nervous about people knowing anything about me.
okay. Yeah, I can appreciate that. So that's where you are now. You're at a 2 right now. And again, like I've explained to you before, I really appreciate you, you know, um, talking to me about what you're comfortable with. And even though we're kind of at the end of this session, I'm really enjoying, our conversations and us getting to know each other. And you really, telling me about yourself. So I appreciate that. And again, everything is kept in strict confidence. But this video will be something that is shared with this interview. I'm sorry, is shared with my classmates and my professor.
Okay.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, I look forward to continue working with you, and I will see you next time, Amanda.
Okay.
All right.
For
Thank
sure.
you. Take
Thanks.
care.